Matt Stratton, Director of Emergency Management in Harrison County. So the EOC has been activated, and the different county, city, state partners are all actively working to prepare for this storm. Continue steadily northwestward and to intensify. Latest forecast from the Hurricane Center is it's expected to reach Category 3 major hurricane strength, and with that it's going to be pushing a lot of storm surge. It will have strong winds, and it will have a lot of rainfall, and so flooding is a concern for us. Any effects from both the storm surge and the flooding are going to cause issues in our low-lying areas for sure. And so I know that a lot of our city partners have already had communications with people in the harbors as far as getting those cleared out and boats taken to safe places and secured. If you do have a vessel in a harbor, please contact your local harbor and make sure you understand what's expected so that we can make sure that everybody's property is secured and safe. Finishing your preparing today and tomorrow, want to make sure that you've got those emergency supplies so that you can have them if needed, if power goes out for any length of time, if stores aren't open for whatever reason. That's going to get you through for 3 days is what we recommend, and with the possibility of resupply being restricted for a while, 3 to 5 days worth of supplies is not a bad idea. We do anticipate that flooding is going to be a concern both along the coastal areas from the storm surge and in the inland areas from the rainfall. We're expecting over 10 inches of rain with Ida. Regardless of how close the storm center is to us, flooding is going to be a problem, and that definitely needs to be taken into account for your activities. Safest place for you if it's flooding is to be in a high location and to stay put. Don't travel if you don't have to.
All right, Matt, in the next couple of days the weather's going to be deteriorating. We know we're going to have some issues. Have you heard anything about contraflow or anything from Louisiana, which seems to be going to be more impacted? Do you want to talk about that?
So contraflow is handled primarily state to state, so I'm sure that MDOT is actively talking with Louisiana Department of Transportation on any coordination for contraflow. As far as our area is concerned, if contraflow is activated, that is going to increase traffic, and so something to be aware of, and also another reason to stay off the roads.
All right, and I think the last thing is, so when this ramps up, will y'all be here for 24 hours? How long will y'all be here? How does it work for your staff, for your people?
Right.
All right, and talk a little bit about the behind the scenes. What's going on at the EOC this early into it? This is basically 2 days before the storm, but talk about what's going on in this office and what you're doing to prep and prepare for everybody.
Right. So a big part of what we're doing is information, things like this, helping to get the word out to people and help them in their planning and decision making. Besides the information sharing that's happening at the EOC, we're also actively ordering resources. There are things that are needed that people may not have on hand, and so working with the different jurisdictions to get resources as needed, and that is done in cooperation with our local and our state partners.
All right. How often are you meeting? You say you're talking about meetings and communication with the partners. How often, and who are those partners? Name some of those partners that you're doing.
Right. So during our coordination calls in the afternoon, we are doing those daily now. We're meeting with EMA, with our other state partners, as far as MDOT, Highway Patrol. We're working with MDEQ and MDMR as well. A lot of people at the state giving great support to the local folks. Also actively coordinating with the cities, of course. We're fortunate to have a number of cities here in Harrison County, and they all have a lot of great capabilities and resources, and so making sure that the county and the cities are working well together on those is a big part of what we're doing too. So the EOC is activated, and it's going to be manned from this point onward here. Well, we may flex a little bit between day and nighttime staffing, but there will be somebody here 24/7 from this point on. How long we go really depends on the effects of Ida. If we get a brush on the east side and get the flooding that we're concerned about, we'll probably be here into Monday, maybe Tuesday. If we get more of a direct impact from the winds, that changes things quite a bit, and damage assessments will be ongoing probably well into the middle part of the week. Yeah, the main takeaway right now is if you have not finished preparing, do so soon. That time is closing. We're under a hurricane watch, we're under a storm surge watch. We know that dangerous conditions are possible, and you need to make your preparations now. Hurricane warning will be coming out soon. At that point, that's the signal not to get started, it's the signal to finish.